Hi, I'm Richard,
I'm Jackie.
and we're Early Retirement Wanderlust.
So it's 6 months since we retired, and we've been thinking about some of the things that have really surprised us since our retirement.
So we sat here in our van because our house has, at the moment, just been ripped inside out by builders. So we're living on a campsite in the Yorkshire Dales, probably 10 miles from where we live.
Very nice campsite.
And we've had a bit of time to think about some of the surprises, having early retired 6 months ago, and some of the things that have shocked us a little bit.
So we were both teachers. I was a primary school teacher.
And I was a secondary school teacher. I was a deputy head.
And both of our jobs were really full-on jobs. So we've gone from pretty much full-on everything to having all this time to ourselves.
And I think it's fair to say we both loved our jobs, and we didn't leave our jobs because we disliked them. We both loved them. And I, for one, I'm a very routine person, and I thought I'd find it really, really difficult to get out of the routine of work.
You were quite work obsessed. You were up and off early. You didn't get back till quite late because you prided yourself in doing a really good job.
And one of the things that has shocked me about the first 6 months of early retirement is that I haven't actually missed the job. I've missed the people, and I missed that daily interaction with colleagues and friends, but I don't actually miss the job.
No, and I think I'm the same. I think we'd given our all to the jobs. It was 100% all in when we were doing it. I miss the children. I miss the funny little things that they say sometimes. But again, I don't miss the job. I don't miss the 9 to 5 routine, or actually it was 7:30 till 6 routine. Which comes to the second thing about our surprises is we thought we'd have lots of time, and we really don't. I feel like we're chasing our tails all of the time, running around doing things. I don't know when we found time to actually work.
There isn't enough hours in the day,
No.
and there aren't enough months in the year. So I think everything has just expanded. So everything on our bucket list has just expanded to fill the void.
Yeah, and to be fair, we have done a lot of travelling. We always said this is our time. The first year of our retiring, we were going to go travelling as much as we could, and boy, when we've looked back on it.
And I think, that's another big surprise in 6 months, exactly how we've done, and we've documented a lot of it on this YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that is our surprise number 3, the actual amount that we've travelled. When we look back on it, I can't believe the different experiences that we've had already, and some of the best ones are still to come. We're off to Phoenix in a few weeks' time for 4 weeks.
The next thing that surprised us is that stress from the job has obviously disappeared, but how quickly stress from normal life actually replaces it. And I think it's naive to think, and maybe we were a little bit naive to think, that as soon as we left our jobs, suddenly we would be experiencing stress-free life, and that's just not the case.
No, the stresses have changed. We both had nice jobs that we enjoyed, but they were stressful jobs. And yeah, I think I've changed my stress of working with the children to the stress of, oh my God, the builders are arriving at 7:30 this morning, and what am I going to go back to, and what will happen if they pull a wall out that's going to then make the ceiling fall down.
We were laughing with the builders tonight, actually, and we were saying we don't know how they do their job. They are so calm, they are so good at what they do, and we are completely in our comfort zone working with 10, 30, 100, 1,000 children, and for me, working with 1,000 challenging teenagers, that's easy compared to the stuff that the builders do and the worries that we now have about our house falling down and things like that.
Yeah, I still have sleepless nights, but they've changed. It's not sort of worrying about what I'm going to do the next day at school. It is to do with the house, or to do with a little bit to do with money, but not.
And I think part of that is that we've had so many changes, and so many changes by design. So we haven't stumbled into this. We knew and went into it with eyes wide open. But the fact that it is quite stressful is an interesting point.
Yeah. So Richard talks a lot about living a simple life. He talks a lot about the fact that there's not many things that he wants in life, not many material things. And we've really realised that. Most of our possessions since the beginning of August have been in a lock-up in Skipton, and we haven't missed any of it. We're just going to have to have a car boot sale, I think.
It's a really odd feeling that we are living the simple life and we have simplified things, and most of our possessions fit in a VW Campervan, and we genuinely haven't missed things. Of course, in the lock-up we've got things that we're looking forward to getting out, practical things like furniture, a sofa and things like that.
Yeah, a proper bed.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But then we have boxfuls of stuff that we really haven't given a second thought to, and I genuinely am really happy and really fulfilled with what we're doing, and I can't think of anything that I actually want in terms of possessions at this moment in time, because we're just living on experiences.
Yeah, although I have to say, one of the things we probably are obsessing about, because obviously we were doing the house up, is we haven't bought many things, and we're not wanting many things, but I've got a feeling that's going to change as soon as the house gets finished, and we'll start wanting nice little bits and knickknacks in the house.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily count obsessing about electrical heating and radiators and things that I want like that. But
ovens.
Yeah. So there are things that we need to buy for the house, but in terms of when we were working, and I think I was really guilty of this, that I used to perhaps distract myself from the pressures of work by desiring things, wanting things, buying things.
Yeah. And we don't.
So the final thing that's a big surprise for us is how well our plans have actually gone. It's just about a year, well, it is a year since we both handed our notice in and gave our notice period to give up teaching. Prior to that, we'd done a few months of planning and preparing, and the blueprint was produced, but we're doing all right.
I think we've pretty much stayed on track. We put the house on the market and it sold quite quickly. We managed to find a house. We only looked at one house. The house we've moved into in the Yorkshire Dales is the only house that we looked at when we were house hunting, which is a surprise in itself.
We were delayed.
Yeah.
we did have to wait 14 weeks longer than we actually thought to finally get the keys to the house in the Yorkshire Dales. But by some freak of fate, it seems that things are coming back on track. So the fact that we've been able to get hold of builders really quite quickly, and they're in this week, things are dropping into place, and we're now really starting to think about what the next 6 months hold.
I can't believe, actually, in probably 6-8 weeks, we will have pretty much done everything that we'd planned. The house will be pretty much renovated and ready to live in.
Which will be nice.
We've retired.
So that's about it. There are very simple thoughts. We don't come up with anything too complicated, but those are some of the things that really surprised us, that we weren't necessarily expecting when we made the decision a year ago to retire, and 6 months ago when we actually did early retire.
I can't believe we've actually done it. I still pinch myself quite a lot thinking, we have actually retired. We've been living in a van, we've got a new house, we've moved completely to the Yorkshire Dales. Wow.
And we do. We wake up every morning, and it's a really odd but lovely feeling.
And we are loving it. We are, at the moment, retirement has still been definitely the right decision for us.
So we've got a lot more coming up in the next few weeks. Our next video hopefully will be an update video on the house and how all of the carnage is unfolding there. We're really looking forward to putting that together.
Yeah.
And then we are, as Jackie said, looking to skip over to America for a month to stay with Jackie's mum, and for the first time in probably over 5 years.
Yes, well, first time in 5 years on an aeroplane, and I'm really looking forward to going to see the Grand Canyon. Exciting.
It's good. See you later.
Bye.